Well, good morning and welcome to my channel. Um, Obviously, I didn't have a meeting today because Weight Watchers has suspended all meetings. There are virtual meetings. My particular group in my city meets on Wednesday. The virtual meeting is Wednesdays at 10 a.m. So I don't have a meeting highlight for you. I did. If you really need a meeting highlight, though, I'm going to put a link down below to Joan's Pointed Plate. She was able to go on the website and pull up the form for what the meeting was about this week. I tried to do that. I couldn't figure it out. But it's kind of funny because the topic this week is stocking your pantry, which everybody I think went crazy doing before the meeting even started on Sunday, because I know that when I went shopping last week, everybody was stocking up then. But I did go online to try to find some pointers. But I'll start off by saying that even though I can't go to a meeting and weigh in, I am definitely going to stay on my plan. I'm still going to track. I'm going to keep track of what I'm doing. I weighed on my scale at home, and I'm going to write it down, write it down on a piece of paper. I'm going to show you that at last weigh-ins at the meeting last week, I weighed 218.7, and I had a 0.1 gain, which had my loss at a total of 85.5. I weighed myself this morning on my own scale, and I'll show that to you right now. And as you can see, I weighed 218.6, which is a loss of 0.1, so my total loss is 85.6, and I'll show you that I'm just going to keep track myself on a little piece of paper. I'm not going to put it in my book because I just don't feel like putting it in my book. I'm just going to put it on here. I probably should have put a little star there now that I'm thinking about it. I always put a little star in my book. I'm going to find a little star and put it on there. So let me see if I got a star right now while we're talking. But anyway, so the meeting was about stocking up your pantry, and yes, I have little stars right in here. Let me find one, because that was a loss, and I deserve to have a loss put in my little thing. I really do, because especially now it's a little harder to stay on track. Oh, I was going to say crappy. Let me fix this. Get a better star. But anyway, wasting all your time watching me put a star on my... There we go. That's actually a heart. But anyway, so if you have your stuff in your pantry, or if you go to the store and you're able to buy, which would be a rarity if you could buy it, but what you want to get is some healthy, non-perishable foods. And some of the healthy, non-perishable foods that they suggest are veggie burgers, frozen vegetables, canned vegetables, low-sodium soup, and some veggie chips. Unfortunately, I think you're going to still find a lot of healthy foods because people went crazy buying all the unhealthy foods. My son went shopping the other day, and he said the protein bar was completely full, that there was, you know, and if anything, you need protein when you're on any kind of a weight loss program. You need to have protein in your diet. So he was really surprised at that. But like I said, the canned vegetables and that, they were gone. I do think that if we just relaxed a little bit and gave the stores time to restock, and then when we went back shopping, didn't go crazy buying everything like we're the only one that needs to eat in the world, we'd be better off. I've always had a pretty well-stocked freezer and pantry, so this really didn't affect me too much. I have bathroom issues anyhow, so I always have a supply of toilet paper, so the toilet paper wasn't an issue to me. And I do have paper towel, but as far as that goes, I have napkins, you know, cloth napkins that I can wash. And so, yeah, I can live without the, and I have rags when I do the cleaning. But other things that you can get are applesauce, frozen dried fruit, canned fruit, water, or 100% based fruit cups. I know that when you scan the pineapple, the Dole pineapple, it comes up points. I did ask my guide, leader, whatever you want to call her, and she says as long as you don't drink the juice is where all the points are. And I don't particularly like pineapple juice. So, I mean, I'll drink it, but I'm not, I can do it without. So why do I want to drink something that I can do without? But I do like to eat the pineapple, especially on cottage cheese. Also, you want to have nuts and seeds and nut seed butter, chickpeas, unsweetened almond or soy milk. I don't know. That's another thing I have a lot. My kids always say, if you need to go to the store and eat milk, go in Mom's refrigerator in the garage, because I always have like 3 or 4 gallons of milk. So I'm pretty much set for milk for another 3 weeks. Also, you want to get canned tuna or chicken, but make sure they're packed in water and not in oil. Frozen turkey or salmon burgers, or protein powder that you can put in drinks. Also, oatmeal, lentil beans, brown rice, whole grain cereals, sprouted bread. If you get sprouted bread, though, I advise you keep it in the freezer. I have the Ezekiel bread that I keep in the freezer, and I've had it for quite some time, and it's still good. Chickpea pasta or corn tortillas. So, how I'm putting my own little spin on the meeting today is I'm going to tell you 5 ways to avoid weight gain when you're working at home, or if you're just confined to your home. I know there's rumors going around all the time. I remember when I lived through the '67 riots that, you know, there was so many rumors rampant, and we didn't have the internet back then. So you can only imagine how much worse it is now than it was back then. But like I said, there's a rumor going around that the president's going to close down the whole country for 3 weeks. I know that as of doing this video right now, because I haven't watched the news yet today, I'm only watching the news once a day, but I know that Connecticut, Illinois, New York, and Chicago, and I think Nevada have their residents on stay-at-home, eat it. As much as we don't want to hear that, I just wish they would do that so that people would just stay home and then kind of keep this in check. We do have to remember that 85% of the people that do get diagnosed with the virus do survive. So, you know, you have to hold out hope for that. And although there's been like probably 400 or 500 deaths, and that's a lot. That really is a lot. Look at how many people have been diagnosed, though. So it's, you know, it's scary. I'm not saying it's not scary, but we can't turn to food, especially this time. And so many of us, my daughter and my daughter-in-laws are one of these people that are working from home. And so these are 5 ways to avoid gaining weight while you're at home, or if you're just at home. Number 1, create zones in your house. Designate different rooms for different tasks, and do not allow them to crisscross. So if you're just going to watch TV, pick a room that's just going to be for watching TV. If you're just going to read, you know, pick an area that you're just going to sit down and you're going to read. If you're going to eat, make sure you sit at the table and eat in the kitchen, and don't be bringing the food all around with you. If you have a workspace that you're working from, work in that workspace, and then don't do anything else. You're working. That's all you're doing in your workspace. And if you get tired of working and you want to take a break, then get up. Even if you have a TV in that room, get up from that room and go into another room and watch TV. If you just break up your routine just a little bit, it'll really make a difference. Number 2 is make a meal schedule and eat at specific times as well as your snacks. Especially if you're working at home, you're used to, like, this is your lunch hour, this is your break, this is your morning break, this is your afternoon break, this is your lunchtime. If you work afternoons, this is your break, this is your dinner, you know, etc. If you eat breakfast at work at a certain time, then plan on eating your breakfast at that same time, even though you're working from home. Always make sure that you're just eating when you're supposed to eat, as far as how you've always ate in the past. Don't try to eat more. Don't try to eat less. Eat healthy. That's all you can, eat healthy. Because I really do believe that the ones that are surviving this are the ones that are eating healthy, getting the right vitamins and minerals and antioxidants into their systems to fight off the virus. Because it's a proven fact that a healthy person can fight a disease way better than someone that's unhealthy. If you get a cold or the flu, that's going to only stand to reason that if you're healthier, you're going to fight it off a little bit better. That's not to say that you're not going to get diagnosed with it, because even the healthiest people come down with the flu and get colds and have allergies. So it doesn't really matter. It's been proven by scientists that the healthier you are, the better chance you have of fighting it off. Do you always fight it off? Maybe not. but you have a better chance. Number 3, take movement breaks. A lot of people, when they're at work on their breaks, go for a walk. If you have a treadmill, go walk on your treadmill. If you can just walk around your block, or just walk around in your backyard, or walk around in your house, just do something. Get up and do some stretches or some exercises or something. Don't become a lump. Don't think, well, I'm getting up from my desk to go to the couch. No, try to get some activity in. I still go for a walk every day outside. I walk 2 miles every day. They have told us that it's not an airborne disease or virus. It's not an airborne virus. So as long as you're staying, socially correct, 6 feet away from other people, and you should be fine. But I know it's like in the proving stages, and they're just still trying to prove it. But I'm gonna go with I can go for a walk every day, because I'm doing that. Number 4 is eat mindfully. I know that probably we all panic shopped and bought a lot of goodies and stuff. I myself have 3 boxes of Girl Scout cookies in my freezer that I was saving for after Easter. I've been tempted. I'm not gonna lie. I've been tempted to eat them, but I've come so far. I've lost 86 pounds and or 85.6 pounds, and see, I don't even know how much I've lost. I know I've lost a lot. Yeah, 85.6. I've lost 85.6 pounds. I am not going to let this virus put weight back on me. I'm just not. I'm going to do my best. I will admit I was a little disappointed that I'm going to say that I only lost 0.1, because I think I was pretty good this week. Although last night for a snack, not for a snack, part of my dinner, because I only eat 1 meal on Fridays. With my meal, I had a 1/4 cup of nuts, and they were pretty salty, but they were really good. So it could be a little bit of a sodium gain, but it's a loss. It's a loss in the loss column. I could have very easily put 2 or 3 or 4 pounds on, because I could have stress eat. And I'm eating mindfully. I'm paying attention to what I'm eating. I'm writing it down. I'm tracking it in both my tracker and in my journal. And I'm just really staying with my program. I really am doing my best to stay the best I can do. And number 5 is focus on balance. Balance your life out. Think of all the good things you have in your life. I know it's a scary time, but now is the time to realize the important things you have. You have your health, you have your family, you have your faith, you have your friends. You have so much going on for you. And even though we're kind of trapped in a way, this is our new reality for the coming future. They're saying it could be 18 months. It's a long time. 18 months is a long time. But it could be going by just as fast, because think of what you were doing 18 months ago. It might have just seemed like you just did it yesterday. It's a scary time, I know. But when you're making your plate, be mindful of it. Have a balance on your plate. Have half of your plate being a non-starchy vegetable. The other 1/4 have a protein. Another 1/4 have some kind of a starch. Even if you need to have a bread or something. Limit your snacks. Get some fats into your diet. Don't go crazy. Have a healthy fat. You can have like nuts. Pretzels are not too bad. They're salty too. But I just think that if we really stick together, we'll get through this. Now, I apologize that it's not exactly what they were talking about, the stocking your pantry. It's kind of hard to stock your pantry right now because the stores are pretty much empty. But try to eat healthy from your pantry, because I'm sure we all have healthy stuff in our pantry that we've bought in the past and we've just kind of thought, well, I'll buy that, but I don't know that I'm ever going to eat it. Guess what? We're going to be eating it, especially at the food. There's not a food storage shortage as far as the warehouses. It's just in the stores. And so if we just gave them time to restock the shelves without going crazy, I think we'd be fine. But it's just human nature. That's just human nature. So anyway, if you're new to my channel, I do a daily vlog. I usually do a grocery haul once a week, but we're not going to be doing that for a while. So, and I do my weekly meeting highlights on Saturdays. Even though I'm going to my meeting on Wednesday, I probably will still do my highlight meeting on Saturday, because it's just what I'm used to doing. But I'll let you know. If you check my daily vlog on Wednesday, I'll let you know how the virtual meeting went, but I'll go over the highlights on Saturday. And I'll have them up before noon on Saturday. So I don't have a recipe to show you. So you can go into my recipe section and pick something out. How's that go? You go to the playlist, go look under recipes, and then click on a recipe and find a recipe there. And I highly recommend any recipe I have in my recipe section. So give this video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share it if you think somebody might like to see it.